Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
This is awesome!
Hello and welcome once again to Cheap Shot Entertainment. As ever, you are the Cheap Shot Nation and I am your host Luke, and we're going to take you through everything that happened at SummerSlam 2019. Took place on the 11th of August 2019 from the Scotia Bank Arena in Toronto, Canada. Really good show for you, and if you haven't watched SummerSlam 19, I suggest you do, because this is WWE back on form. The kick up the arse has truly worked. The last couple of pay-per-views have been absolutely fantastic. Even staying up until 4 o'clock in the morning, I've not felt tired because I've wanted to watch the shows, the matches. I've been invested in it. It's been really good. So yeah, go and watch it. But I'm going to take you through everything in a shorthand version of what happened at SummerSlam. In the meantime, you can click the subscribe button, like the video, and don't forget to ring that notification bell to let us know that you want to receive notifications that we upload new videos. Leave a comment down below, and don't forget Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and the blogspot as well, which I'll go through in more detail at the end of the video. This is a re-record because my microphone stopped working, which is a common theme with the setup that I've got, so that may need to change in the near future. But for now, these videos are really good quality, I think, and certainly a step up from a year ago, celebrating our 1 year anniversary of Cheap Shot Entertainment. So join us for SummerSlam 2019. So we kick things off with a Raw Women's Championship match. It is your champion Becky Lynch, the man, versus the hometown girl, or the home country girl of Natalya. And let me tell you something you would not know unless they kept forcing it down your throats on commentary, that Natalya was from Canada, because she got booed out of the building, probably because she was going against the man who is universally loved by everybody. So yeah, even when Natalya put Becky Lynch in the sharpshooter, which was her uncle Bret the Hitman Hart's move, who was a national hero in Canada in the wrestling circles, she got booed. This is like Bizarro World or something up there. But yeah, Becky does pick up the win. The man picks up the victory, of course, over Natalya with a disarm her, and makes Natalya tap in her own country. And even that garnered cheers from the weird fans up in Canada, especially the ones in Toronto. Incidentally, because we were in Toronto, Canada, Edge made an appearance and speared Elias out of his boots as he was singing on the microphone in the pre-show. Apparently, I didn't see the pre-show. Maybe it's something I need to go back and watch. I love Edge. He's brilliant. One of the best t-shirts I own is the Rude, Crude and Tattooed t-shirt, and it is fantastic. I love that t-shirt. It's all over print. It looks absolutely faboo. Anyway, you've seen me wear it on the channel. Anyway, going into the second match. This match is scheduled for one fall, but it is Dolph Ziggler versus Goldberg. Now this has had absolutely no build-up whatsoever. Everyone thought that Dolph Ziggler was going to bring Shawn Michaels out of retirement for one more match. It wasn't to be, as Dolph Ziggler signed the contract. He said he didn't read the small print. I'm not sure there is small print saying that you're going to face someone else on a contract in WWE, but apparently there was in this one. And yeah, it was Goldberg that had accepted the challenge. Now this may be something that they've tried to do because of the showing in Saudi Arabia against The Undertaker, which was universally panned, and I refused to watch that match, but I've heard that it was absolutely terrible. So there's one that Goldberg perhaps even requested, said, don't let me go out on a whimper like this, let me go back to doing what I do best, which is winning in a couple of minutes and beating the heck out of his opponent. And that is exactly what he did. Spear, jackhammer, finish. That's even after Dolph Ziggler hit two very quick super kicks at the beginning of the match to try and take out Goldberg, but he resisted those and just speared him, jackhammered him, pinned him, and tried to leave, but somehow Dolph Ziggler had a microphone in his hand and said, Goldberg, you didn't beat me. He did, Dolph, he did beat you. So Goldberg comes back down to the ring and gives him another spear. Hooray! Goldberg wins for a second time. Somehow Dolph Ziggler still has the microphone in his hand and he says, Goldberg, you still didn't beat me, I'm undefeated. He comes back out of the entranceway this time because he's actually gone to the back, comes back down to the ring and spears Dolph Ziggler again, and commentators, someone take that microphone away from Dolph Ziggler before he kills himself. Yeah, really good match. I enjoyed this match. It wasn't much of a match, but it did what it needed to do in making Goldberg a badass once again, and that just made me happy. Not happy that obviously it was Dolph Ziggler that was in the firing line, but he's a good sport for taking it. Obviously he thought that he was getting a leave of absence for a little while. Apparently Vince McMahon changed his mind and said, not now, pal. And then yeah, this is what we get. But yeah, that happened on the Raw after SummerSlam. He went to go and shake his hand. He said, no, I'll change my mind because I'm Vince McMahon. And then obviously Dolph Ziggler can't leave to pursue his outside interests. So there you go. That is Goldberg versus Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, Dolph never defeated. Hashtag that. Hashtag Dolph never defeated. US Championship match next. It is Ricochet and AJ Styles once again. AJ, of course, is the United States champion at this point, having won it from Ricochet in what was a really good match. So, yeah, in this match, it was no different. Ricochet wearing a tribute to Nightwing in this one, which is really cool. But as the commentators say, why the heck, if you've got abs like Ricochet's and mine, obviously, would you wear an all-over bodysuit? Then you just wouldn't do it, would you? You'd get your abs out wherever you bloody well could. So Ricochet uses the original club, the OC, not the Orange County, of course, to hit a Hurricane Runner on the outside to AJ Styles, who the original club obviously then catch him in that spot. And the focus is on the knee of AJ, obviously with the Styles Clash being that you have to pick the guy up to hit it, and the focus is on the knee of AJ Styles. AJ Styles slows the pace down, which he's got to be going for. AJ Styles being the crafty veteran. Obviously Ricochet likes to bounce around, and that's why it's called Ricochet. Ricochet comes back, goes from top, and is caught in a Styles Clash as he gets some momentum. Jumps off the top, caught in a Styles Clash. I think he was going for a moonsault of some kind, and that is the victory. AJ Styles comes out on top, and it is a great match to boot. AJ Styles conquers Ricochet. You've got to believe that this is the end of that feud, having beat Ricochet a couple of times now, retaining his championship in the process. What's next for Ricochet? I don't know. I hope he doesn't get lost in the shuffle. But you've got to think now Ricochet has to work his way up from the bottom. So that's always going to be interesting to get that. Yeah, I don't even know. Maybe he'll win King of the Ring. Who knows? But that is the match. SmackDown Women's Championship is on the line next. It is Ember Moon who is challenging the current SmackDown champion, in Bayley. And I'm digging Bayley's new old persona. The persona that she carried so well in NXT, where she was lovable, huggable, and all that kind of stuff, but had the meanness to actually win championships and not look daft and doing so. When she had the Raw Women's Championship, she was booked as a Wally. She's not being booked as a Wally as a SmackDown champion. She's been booked really strongly, and that is exactly what you need to do with Bayley. And to boot, every time we see Bayley in a match, Woody says to me, when was the Bayley to belly not a finishing move? Well, it was in this match. It was finished with an avalanche Bayley to belly from the rope, and it was finished. Bayley to belly for the win. Yes, I like it. I like this new direction for Bayley. She is brilliant. And Ember Moon obviously showed what she could do in the ring as well, which is nice because we haven't seen much of Ember Moon since she's been moved to the main roster. But again, another really good match. SmackDown running wild at SummerSlam, as well as Raw. SummerSlam was really good. And these matches to start made it even better. I say, love the new old aggression from Bayley. This match is a Kevin Owens leaves match if he cannot beat Shane McMahon. It is Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon, my boy Shane O'Mac. He is the best in the world. Shane O'Mac, absolutely awesome crowd for this one. Obviously Kevin Owens from Canada gets the hometown crowd behind him, unlike Natalia. I'm not even sure what even went wrong there, but Kevin Owens gets the crowd behind him for this one. Lots of hijinks on the outside from the special enforcer Elias, and he tries to help Shane McMahon however he can and whenever he can to win this match. Doesn't. A couple of occasions Kevin Owens nearly gets counted out with the 1s, 2s and the 3s and the 4s and the 5s and the 10s. Nearly gets counted out. He gets back in. Kevin Owens is pretty dominant in this match, actually, apart from the little bit of interference from Elias on the outside. Well, basically the match ends when the referee's trying to deal with Elias. Kevin Owens hits the low blow on Shane McMahon, gives him some of his own medicine with the distraction being caused, and then hits a stunner to put the exclamation point on the victory for Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens stays in WWE, but does get fined reasonably heavily by Shane McMahon on the following SmackDown. Obviously can't take the fact that he lost. Next match is another women's match. 3 matches. Women's matches on this SummerSlam card. You wouldn't have thought that 10 years ago because it wouldn't have happened. Charlotte Flair versus the veteran, the Hall of Famer, the awesome and ever gorgeous Trish Stratus. Come back for one last match as a farewell to her Toronto crowd. And by the way, in this match, one thing I did notice is that Trish looks 10 times better than Charlotte Flair. Now that is amazing. Trish Stratus knows how to look after herself. She's had a kid and she can still go in the ring. You can clearly tell that she has been working really hard to get rid of that ring rust, and there is no sign of that ring rust. From being someone who was just a valet, she was just a big breasted valet back in the Attitude Era, to being Vince McMahon's mistress, to being a several time women's champion, and got to be probably one of the best women's champions in WWE history. To come all that way, work that hard, and get this match and work it really well. I absolutely adored this match, and it is testament to Charlotte Flair as well for helping to carry that match and probably plan that match with Trish Stratus. And it must be, for her, breaking kayfabe, one of the things that she never thought she would ever do, and that is fight a Hall of Famer at SummerSlam. It would have been better at WrestleMania, but what can you do, you know? Including Trish Stratus locking in a figure 8 on Charlotte. No, like I say, no signs of ring rust, and Charlotte's definitely playing a full heel here. Hits a Stratusfaction, even Stevens in this match all the way through pretty much, and proves Stratus can still go. Charlotte hits a big boot and then locks in the figure 8, Charlotte style, and she picks up the victory. Submission victory for Charlotte Flair over Trish Stratus. Really enjoyed this match. Definitely the sleeper hit of the card. I didn't think it was going to be much of a match, but definitely Trish Stratus pushed Charlotte as far as she could. Really good match. Definitely one to watch if you've got the new network, which you should have if you've got the network. Hashtag 999. Skip to this match and watch it because it is actually really good. WWE Championship match next. It is Randy Orton, the arch nemesis of the WWE Champion Kofi Kingston, going for the title, trying to take it off his former foe. 10 years in the making, this rivalry, and I thought that Randy Orton probably should have taken the title in this one. Kofi Kingston, his momentum was great at WrestleMania. Everyone wanted him to win. I was happy for him to win, and his booking just been since then, and I don't really care for him anymore. It's just, I mean, I'm not usually that kind of person, but I really wanted Randy Orton to pick up the title in this one. I do believe that Randy Orton will be the one that takes that title off of Kingston at some point in the near future. But Orton offers Kofi some pancake power to start the match, and he slows the pace down nice and early to gain the advantage over the much faster, high-flying Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston being quite aggressive here. He knows that Randy Orton is the Viper. He knows that he can hit that RKO out of nowhere, and he tries to take Randy Orton down nice and early in this one. He gets sent to the barrier early on in the match, and this gives Orton an opening. He tries to do a high-flying move, he misses, he hits the barrier, and the high risk doesn't pay off for Kofi Kingston. Kofi goes high again after hitting a few high-flying moves as he's bouncing around the ring, but at the click of a finger, Orton is back on top in this one. Orton senses the victory. Kofi has a small comeback, but Orton cuts him off again. Every time Kofi gets some amount of offense, he gets cut off. Kofi rolls out of the ring. Randy takes a moment to humiliate Kofi in front of his family. It was at that point that Kofi had hit the RKO off the rope, and as Kofi Kingston had a high-flying move, that's when Kofi rolls out so he can't get pinned. He takes a moment to humiliate him in front of his family and his 3 young boys, and this makes Kofi Kingston snap, and he beats Randy Orton from pillar to post on the outside of the ring, and we get a 10 count, double count out. Kofi keeps the belt. Orton still looks reasonably strong, but a bit of a screwy finish, and that's what makes this match probably the worst one on the card. Up to that point it was okay, but this one I could have done without. and I thought Randy Orton should have taken the victory. Maybe he'll win it at something like Hell in a Cell, I don't know. But I do honestly think that Randy Orton needs to be Kofi's nemesis. He needs to be that unfeeling heel to Kofi's, like, oh, I'm so good, you know, I'm doing all these great things, I've conquered my demons, but can he conquer the Viper in a different situation? That's what I want to know. Orton gets attacked with a kendo stick basically, and he just beats the living tar out of him. Next is what most people had come to see. It is the debut of the Fiend, formerly known as Bray Wyatt. And at this point, I will say, subscribe and let us in. Anyway, yes, The Fiend versus Finn Balor. I was in absolute awe of the entrance. Didn't take any notes in this match at all, so but it wasn't much of a match to speak of. It was just The Fiend beating up Finn Balor. Finn Balor did get a little bit of offense, but every time he did, The Fiend came back, and this is exactly what you want from a debut that's been built up so well with the Firefly Funhouse. A wrestler who has reinvented himself several times, and you've got to give it to Bray Wyatt on this one. Genuinely amazed by the entrance, the character, and everything about him. The mask he wrestled in, the lights going out in a different way, the new entrance theme music, which is a remix of his old entrance theme music. He comes out of the lantern, that is Bray Wyatt's head with a light in its mouth. It's just proper weird and awesome, and it was just so good. Like I said, didn't take any notes in this one, but it was a rather short match, and Bray Wyatt wins with a mandible claw, which has obviously been passed down from Mankind or Mick Foley to The Fiend, and it works so well for him. I just hope that the similarities between Mankind when he came in originally and The Fiend, just hope they don't dress him up in a shirt and tie and call him the corporate fiend, you know. But yeah, he gets the pin. Finn Balor is well and truly conquered here. You've got to expect him when he comes back to come back as the Demon to try and take down the Fiend. And yeah, what do you think? Do you think that the Fiend would be the conqueror of the Demon? Obviously, Finn Balor wearing the Demon makeup, he's never lost. I think it could be. I think he could conquer the Demon. The Fiend could conquer the Demon. That is my opinion. Leave us a comment down below and let us know what you think. But the Fiend wins this one quite convincingly. From the great camera work, and it seems like WWE has had that kick up the arse that it needs from AEW. Universal Championship match, and your main event is next. It is Seth Rollins trying to win his championship back from Brock Lesnar. Of course, Brock Lesnar won the Money in the Bank ladder match and cashed in on Rollins last month, and he picked up the championship nice and quick. Of course, after Seth Rollins had the Extreme Rules match, the Extreme Tag Team Rules match with Becky Lynch, Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. Incidentally, I haven't heard much from Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin since that one. Obviously they're not getting any more title matches while Seth and Becky are champions, because that was part of the stipulation, but I haven't actually seen them on TV as far as I'm aware. So yeah, wonder where they are. Do I care? Yeah, maybe about Lacey Evans, and I do actually quite like Baron Corbin, to be fair. I think he just gets a bad rep because of his character being really good at what he does. So Seth goes out in this match really quickly. He knows he's got to take down the Beast really quick in this one before Brock Lesnar gets his comeback. Everything Seth has hit Brock with, Brock just brushes it off and hits suplexes, taking Seth Rollins to Suplex City nice and early in this match. Suplex City, and Seth has a comeback again after Brock hits the post, and 3 times he hits the Tope Suicida to Brock Lesnar on the outside of the ring, on the commentary table side of the ring, and there is a frog splash then to the announce table, the Spanish announce table, obviously, because it's always the Spanish announce table. Mamma mia, as Ronaldo would say, and this takes down Brock Lesnar. Brock takes Seth on his shoulders after hitting 2 curb stomps on the massive forehead of Brock Lesnar. 2 times super kick as the counter for Seth. Reverses the F5 into another 2 times super kick. So 2 super kicks in a row, and another curb stomp to conquer the beast Brock Lesnar and pick up the Universal Championship again. Seth Rollins is now champion, Universal Champion on Raw, and suddenly I care about him again because this match told a great story and it was so good. The whole pay-per-view was really good, apart from the WWE Championship match, and that saddens me because I really like the WWE Championship and I really like SmackDown as a brand. I was always a SmackDown lad when the original brand split came about, because I just thought it was a better show. But yeah, SummerSlam, go and watch it. It was really good. And so that was everything that happened at SummerSlam 2019. Of course, I watched it while I was on holiday, which is why this video is being recorded quite late on and released. I have a 2-week turnaround anyway, so there you go. That's just the way it is and the way it works for me at the moment because of work and things. But really good show. I'd suggest you definitely watch the show. I've got a hanger on here. I've got a massive spider in the studio, and he is listening to everything I say. Go and watch SummerSlam, Spider. And he says yes. He's turning around now. He's going back into his base and he's going to watch SummerSlam because it was that good. Even the spider's going to go and watch SummerSlam. Yeah, really good show. Go and watch it. Give it at least a 4 out of 5. Probably knocking a star off for the WWE Championship match. But yeah, I can't think of anything else that would knock this down. Really good show in every single way, and it seems like WWE have had the kick up the arse that they need from AEW. Incidentally, NXT is moving to the USA Network on a Wednesday to counteract AEW. I'm not quite sure why they're doing that. They've got a really good audience on the WWE Network. I hope that it's not going to be taken off the WWE Network, because that's pretty much the only thing I watch on the WWE Network apart from the pay-per-views. So I'll be really disappointed at that. But yeah, WWE are putting on some damn good shows at the moment, and 2019, as predicted, is a really good year for wrestling and for Cheap Shot Entertainment. 215 subscribers strong. You are the Cheap Shot Nation, and you have made that happen, so we are very happy about that, and we thank you so much for your support. So if you've liked the video, if you enjoyed it, give us a big thumbs up, hit the notification bell and the subscribe button, and join us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. You can also join us on cheapshotentertainment.blogspot.com, and there's articles on there. One has been written by the big boss, someone who hasn't appeared on this show yet, but I'm hoping that he will do very soon, and a couple have been written by me. Occasionally we put on there where we're going and what shows we're going to, so you can book your tickets and come and say hello to us, come and see the shows that we go and watch: Aspire, Future, Hope, House of Pain, and the odd other show here and there as well. And yeah, we're just immensely grateful for you guys watching and subscribing to us. So say thank you very much. You are the Cheap Shot Nation, and I have been your host, Luke, and this has been SummerSlam 2019. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.